Welcome to tonight's presentation of the Pro Basketball Association. If you want pro, you want the PBA.
We greet you tonight from the Evergreen State as the PNW Vets, the Pacific Northwest Vets, undefeated in the early part of this second PBA season, take on the 0-1 Seattle Reign. Good evening, everybody. Greg Allen with you as we get ready to go for this one from Kent, Washington tonight. Triangle Media by 1891 bringing you the Pro Basketball Association. And the Vets trying to stay undefeated here in the early part of the season. They've picked up a couple of wins against the Base Hill Bullies and also beating the Bellevue Strategy. The only matchup so far for the Seattle Reign, they lost a 91-77 contest against the Base Hill Bullies. Deontay Williams went for 25 in that game. Big storyline coming into this one. The Reign will have to find a way to do something most other teams so far have not, at least the Bullies in the Strategy. Contain Kwame Bates. He's gone for 30 and 34 in the two games against the Base Hill Bullies. We'll see what the Reign can do with Kwame Bates and the PNW Vets tonight in this matchup. We'll get it underway next. Vets come out in the purple uniforms with the white letters and numbers. They'll operate here left to right on your screen. And the Seattle Reign in those kind of gray t-shirt-like tops with the white numerals with the black shorts. And underway here from Kent, Washington, a suburb just south of Seattle here in Washington State. And a turnover by the Reign as we get things underway. Interested to see both these ball clubs. The Seattle Reign, one of my favorite nicknames of this PBA season. And the PNW Vets, boy, the uniforms are sharp. Circa the 1990 Utah Jazz kind of looking. They go inside to James Edwards. He's double teamed on the low right block and his pass is turned over. And a sloppy start to this one here from Kent, Washington. The Kent Commons, as it's called. This venue that we're at tonight. Sort things out, having a hard time getting things underway. Kwame Bates, he's had a good start to this young season for the Vets. 30 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists in the first matchup against the Base Hill Bullies. The second matchup, he went for 34. So the Seattle Reign, this will certainly be a guy they will have to worry about tonight. And inside, that shot blocked. Edwards going for the rebound and swatted to the end line and saved in for the moment by the Vets, and they'll launch the three. There's Bates right there with that triple try. It didn't go, and the rebound down to the Seattle Reign. No score in the opening minute. We're in Kent, Washington tonight, and a travel called as the Reign come into the half-court offense. Vets coached by Eaton Wade. They're off to a 3-0 start so far this year. So trying to remain undefeated while the Reign look for their first win. And the PNW Vets will bring it ahead into the forecourt. On the dribble, this is Travis Parker Lopez, empty on the three ball. And the Reign bring it back down floor. Dump off on a near side. Lavelle Smith, the pass underneath. That shot no good, rebounded by James Edwards. And the Vets back with it. Still no score, minute and a half gone by. Here's Malik Montoya on the move with a shovel pass inside to James Jr. and off his hands. And that is indeed going to be a turnover, I believe. It looks for all the world like it will be. And the Seattle Reign will inbound. The PNW Vets, the defending Northwest Divisional champs. So that inbound pass was stolen right there. Nice hands by Parker Lopez to pick that. And the Vets looking for the first points of the ball game. They line up the three ball here, and they've got it. Off to a 3-0 lead, the PNW Vets. First points of the contest. On the move inside, and that could be a block charge discussion. That's what the officials are sorting out. And I believe they're going to go with the block. Well, I thought there was pretty good defensive position down there by one of those Vets down low in the post. It was actually Montoya who had the opening three that I thought drew the charge, but instead they put the Reign at the free throw line. And that one banked in that bucket. Coming up on 2.5 into this one. Out of the corner, no good for the Vets. And the Reign will bring it back down ahead. Now, the Vets shot the ball fairly well in some of their previous matchups. The Reign did not shoot it well from three against the Base Hill Bullies in their only other game so far this year. Spot up Dwayne Williams off the mark on that try. No good. Rebound tap to the end line. And underneath, an offensive rebound. Trying to find space down there. Baseline jumper, that's no good. In and out of the hands of Montoya. Hooked back up right at the rim. First attempt, no. I'm thinking about the baby fadeaway, no good. Here's Damian Fulp on the move, and he'll flip it back to the point. We're 3-all first quarter. Driving reverse layup doesn't go, but the putback does. And the Seattle Reign with their first lead now as we sit 5-3 first quarter. Shovel pass inside by Bates. And the nice finish underneath by James Jr. The Reign underneath, get to the rim. Good penetration, and Damian Fulp. He went for 14 points, 8 boards, and 3 assists in the Reign's previous matchup against Base Hill with a basket there. And things halt for a moment with a whistle. First quarter. Kent, Washington, the location tonight for this one. Triangle Media by 1891 bringing it to you. And do we get a technical foul in there? They'll put the Vets at the line. It is Kwame Bates out of Seattle headed there, and that one no good. But the Reign with a nice logo. Love the nickname. I will say the uniform number is awfully difficult to try to read. White on the back of a gray shirt and no outline. That makes it awfully tough. Pass to the baseline, jump shot. Off the mark, no good. Reign bring down the rebound. On the move is Fulp on a flip pass to the left wing, and that layup good. Travis Parker Lopez into the half court. I thought that was Kwame Bates on the dribble drive inside. Looks like Bates will go to the free throw line for a couple. We're in Washington tonight. First quarter action in this Western Conference Northwest Divisional matchup. Kwame Bates at the line. Converts for his first point in the proceedings. You see Krishan Cole right there for the Seattle Reign in front of you, while Lavelle Smith gets some direction from his head coach. 9-6 our score. Next one for Bates. He'll knock that one down as well. So 9-7, Bates with a couple. On the move right down the heart of the paint. Boy, defense not good on that trip for the Vets. And Seattle up 11-7. Out of the corner, side pocket three. That's no good and volleyed out of bounds. We'll see who they give the inbound to. Looks like Malik Montoya will trigger for Pacific Northwest. Get into James Edwards. 9.7 boards in the first matchup against Base Hill for Edwards. He can be a load at 6'11". And on the sideline, we get a whistle and a stoppage. Boy, I've had a hard time getting some traction going here in this one. Cole called for that foul. And then Edwards went for 11 points and 5 rebounds in the rematch against the Bullies. Lob pass left of the lane to the big fella. He'll try the interior, nothing doing there. Parker Lopez back on perimeter. The 6-footer carves it down the lane, no good. James Jr. with the rebound, stick back, that's good. And he's got 4 and an 11-9 Seattle advantage here. Underneath, pass off the mark, but a fortunate bounce. And that shot blocked. Malik Montoya, though, going to pick up the foul, I would think. And he will. And 2 free throws coming here for the Seattle Reign. It'll be Philip Davis at the line. Midway point of stanza 1. No good for Philip Davis at the stripe. Well, those Vets uniforms are sharp. Yeah, they're very reminiscent of the old Circle John Stockton, Karl Malone, Utah Jazz days. Davis good there. 12-9. Seattle ahead. No good. Bates on that shot. James Jr. went after the rebound, and I think just knocked it out of bounds. So Seattle back with it. Lead of 3. Damian Fulp directing traffic, coming over the line with the basketball. Now we'll see if they challenge the big man. No, they'll take it on perimeter. The jumper no good. Good box out underneath by the Vets, and they'll bring the basketball back down. Quickly to the forecourt, but they lose it. Fulp trying to go Euro step at the other end. His shot off the mark, and Pacific Northwest dodging a bullet there. Parker Lopez, stop and go move, and too many stops and goes, and he's called for traveling. And so a turnover by Pacific Northwest. 12-9, first quarter. James Jr., well, he's been smooth in this one. He's at 3 field goals now, and the Vets have it to within 1 at 12-11. A stop and go move by Fulp to the basket, couldn't finish. Rebound, put back off the rim, no good. And the Vets down a penny here, and now with the lead on a driving layup inside to make it 13-12. They hit the opening shot of the ball game, 3-0 for their so far only lead. And now it's 13-12. Well, circus shot inside that didn't go, but coming up a little gimpy and maybe a foul as well. And it'll be free throws at the left end of the floor for Seattle. Now the PNW Vets after this, they've got 2 more matchups with the Seattle bunch on the docket, July 30th and August 14th. And one of the best outside-the-box nicknames, almost really in sports, but certainly in the PBA, the Bellevue Strategy. Well, that's somebody thought long and hard for that one. Great nickname. The Vets will play the Strategy on the final day of July. They've already beaten them. That was recently when they went back-to-back with the Bullies on July 9th and 10th. They beat the Strategy 109-100. Couple of free throws there. And we play back half of quarter 1. 14-13 Seattle advantage. Parker Lopez empty from 3, 1 and done. Rebound to the Reign. Reign, by the way, R-E-I-G-N, not R-A-I-N like Seattle is very known for. Here's Montoya in the open floor to bring it ahead. He'll quickly penetrate into the lane and draw a foul. Some of his teammates trying to argue that was in the act of shooting. I'm not sure if they'll get that. Oh, looks like they will. They're going to put Montoya at the line. That was a fortunate call for the Vets. So free throws for Malik Montoya right down the road out of Federal Way, Washington. And can't convert their second matchup against the Bullies. Montoya, 20 points, 4 rebounds, 5 steals as they bring Edwards out. G. Castandena Jr. out of the Seattle area into the ball game. And Montoya good with that one. So 14 apiece, late first quarter. Near turnover, Montoya hunting a loose basketball, comes up with it, lob pass. That was through too much traffic, broken up. and Seattle able to get possession back. They'll go quickly up floor. Down to the right block, lose a basketball, but come up with it on the other side. Now leave a pass back out for Krishan Cole. His three-point shot no good. Cole grabbed his own miss, but a whistle before that to stop play. I've had a lot of stops in this one. It's been a broken first quarter as far as getting any kind of traction. Neither team has shot it well. Now that we're into the mid part of this PBA season, we've been able to see a larger sample size of games, and there's been scoring well past the century mark, and this one 14 all here late first quarter. That is a low scoring period as we're learning here this second PBA season. Rain from the elbow, trying to take Montoya down to the paint. They do, they score. Or was there an offensive foul called before that? Or possibly a travel. I believe the latter. So sideline inbound, no points on the board, still deadlocked at 14. Here's Bates. He'll lose it coming into the lane. James Jr. trying to pick up a loose basketball, fell down with it. And again, just a disjointed first period here, and a timeout called as well. So the inbound for the Vets. Gustin Dana Jr. hesitates, decides to penetrate, and his shot is erased to the baseline on a big block. And the 5'11 guard, a good penetration, but too much defense inside for the Reign to turn that one away. And now we've got an issue at the table. Well, let's hope the rest of this ball game is not as topsy-turvy as this first quarter's been. Lob inbound pass. Montoya's got it. Hoist from three and drills it. So Malik Montoya makes it Vets 17, Reign 14. As we go under 2 minutes to play in the quarter with a deep triple there by Seattle. Offensive rebound off the miss. Turnaround at the basket, good. And that makes it 17-16. Vets with a lead of one, winding our way to the end of the first. That Montoya three block, but right back to him. Now he'll penetrate down the lane. Laid up off glass and score. And the Vets back out to a three-point lead, 19-16. Montoya's got 9 in the quarter. And Seattle takes advantage as Pacific Northwest doesn't get back defensively. And it's now 19-18 and a ball out of bounds. As we come up on the final 90 of quarter one. Vets with the lead of one. And they'll have the basketball off the inbound to James Jr. On a handoff. This is Bates. Three. Nope. Rebound Reign as we wind our way to the end of one. A 19-18 lead for Pacific Northwest. Seattle trying to add to that of the corner three. I don't know, it went in, but I don't think we're counting that one either. Boy, so much confusion throughout this entire first quarter. And it looks like we'll end up with free throws here for Seattle. And the tech doesn't go. That's unfortunate for the Reign. They hit that three-point shot out of the corner and didn't get credit for it. Miss at the line, although the possession continues. Hesitation, dribble out high in the left wing. Montoya trying to defend with pretty good defense. Broke up the dribble and then took it away. Montoya the other way. A nice cross lane feed, and Bates with a nifty reverse layup to put that home. And it's 21-18 Vets. Montoya another intercept. He'll take it to the other end. That one off the mark, no good. Rebound by Deontay Williams. Williams can fill it up, had 25 against Base Hill. And the only matchup so far for Seattle. Trying to convert inside, right at the rim. They can't finish, though. And the Vets back down floor with it. Costandena Jr. They did the hard part to get inside, then didn't take the shot. They go back on perimeter, feed it back to Costandena Jr. His three's too strong. James Jr. not good positioning for the rebound, and that will be the end of quarter one, 21-18 Vets.
Tour be lit. First of all, to even be on tour, you gotta be one of the super duper flies.
People in Atlanta, they love Slutty Vegan, but like outside of Atlanta, it's crazy.
The adrenaline rush that you get from it is amazing.
We do celebrity events, casting calls, video shoots.
When they say it's fresh and ready to go, like it's fresh and ready to go. We do it all ourselves. No machines, no nothing. We literally just got flat tops, grills, and fryers.
Being on the road and being on tour specifically, it's like you're a celebrity.
Been to Boston, Tampa, Alabama a few times, North Carolina.
The fact that we are able to travel together is like a whole different relationship.
I like to call us like we're like Fast and Furious, right? Like it's, you know, we're on the road. We're not in expensive cars or muscle cars, but we're in a big giant yellow truck.
If somebody's got it and they're special and you see it, and you want to work somewhere where you can just be yourself, this the place. We make good tip money. You get to meet all types of people, and it's fun.
Whoa, personal foul.
What the feezy?
You can't use a beard trimmer below the 50-yard line. This is the waterproof lawnmower 4.0 by Manscaped.
What's the difference?
It's got new skin-safe technology to help reduce cuts and nicks. It's powerful, yet gentle, just like me.
Dog, I appreciate you.
Boop. Hey, watch out. I'm not ticklish. Get yours at manscaped.com.
Second quarter gets underway. The Seattle Reign. They're in the gray uniform tops with the black shorts. This is Damian Fulp with the look-off pass and the trailer down the lane. No, and another big collision and bodies all over the place. Well, if the Vets can win this one, and it's been tight, albeit low scoring here throughout this first quarter, they'd go to 4-0, would likely vault them into the top 5 in the latest PBA Power 15. That newly updated list expected out tomorrow. And you would have a 4-0 team that's picked up 3 big wins basically in the span of 5 days. 1 of 2 at the free throw line. Makes it 21-19, Vets in front by a pair. Just underway in the second stanza. Triangle Media by 1891 bringing it to you. Coverage of the PBA. That three-point shot is good, and it's 24-19, Vets lead. Reign forcing the issue at the other end, and a basket. Are we counting that? Nope, that's going to be an offensive foul. 24-19. There's been a number of times tonight the Seattle Reign have made baskets. That one, moments ago, that corner 3. That points get taken off the board for whatever reason. Here comes Lamar Johnson. That shot off the mark, no good. And another whistle and more free throws coming up here for the Pacific Northwest Vets. 24-19 in the second. This game has had zero flow throughout it. Free throw no good. Vets trying to add to a 5-point lead. They do with that one. And they'll get one more at the line coming here. And 2 of 3 at the stripe to make it 26-19. Fulp against Costandena Jr. Just hasn't been a lot of good, clean looks for Seattle. That one doesn't go. Rebounded by James Edwards. And down for the Vets. Penetrate inside and knocked to the floor, and another stoppage. That looked like Lamar Johnson. No free throws on this exchange. Johnson there, 25 in the dark uniform. Nope, that's not Johnson. Check that. At least just sheerly going off the nameplate in the back of the uniform there for the Vets. 26-19 here. Well, there's a lot of things that make this sport of basketball difficult to watch. Turnovers, fouls, and missed shots. And when you've got a lot in those 3 categories, here's Edwards from the elbow, no good. You end up kind of a game that looks a lot like this. That was a good block by Edwards. I thought there should have been a turnover. Now there is anyway. Here comes Costandena Jr., and he'll get fouled coming down the lane. And another stoppage and more free throws. And again, the clock halted. A tough first half. Costandena Jr. out of the Seattle area, so he's a hometown guy. 5'11" at the line. And he's good on the first one, but as rough as this first half has been on the eyes, the Vets have done a pretty good job here of slowly pulling away. They add a pair there. They've outscored Seattle 7-1 in this second quarter. And even though there hasn't been a lot of traction in this game, as that 3 is going to certainly help the Reigns' efforts here. 28-22. Edwards with the alley-oop throwdown. That was pretty. And he gets his first points of the night, 30-22. That 3-point shot by Seattle last trip down was a big one. There's another big one, and it's back-to-back. It's 30-25, and so much for that lead that was slowly ballooning for the Vets. Costandena Jr., ill-advised pass, taken away, and all of a sudden the Reign having a little momentum here in this second quarter. It's been a rough one for them thus far, but those back-to-back threes have them right back in it here, down 5 and now with the rock. And we get a inbound coming up for the Reign, just in front of their own bench. Fulp to the near side wing, to the baseline, and that shot will fall in. A fortunate bounce, 30-27. As we are under 8 minutes remaining here in this second quarter. Bates hard of the hole. He's been quiet so far in this game. We talked about him at the outset. A couple of 30-plus point performances so far this year. Here's another big shot, and all of a sudden the Seattle Reign pouring it in from perimeter. We are tied at 30s. Well, what an answer after the big start to the second quarter. Edwards underneath, no, but fouled? No, he traveled on the catch. Montoya checks back in. And a great answer here in the second by Seattle. And really, it's been a shot that was not their forte against the Base Hill Bullies, that three-point shot, to get them back in this one. Here's another one from the perimeter. And they continue the onslaught from deep. 33-30 Seattle. Now the Pacific Northwest having to try to settle things down. Approaching 7 minutes remaining. There's a travel coming down the lane, not called. The volley putback, though, is good. Oh, and I'm with Seattle on that one. There should have been a travel on that exchange into the paint. 33-32. as the Vets get a couple back. And all of a sudden, Seattle feeling the three, missing there. Now to the left wing, wide open three-point shot off the mark, no good. Rebound picked up by Pacific Northwest. So the Vets trying to reclaim the lead through traffic, no, but they'll get to the free throw line here. Trying to sort out the foul situation. Vets unbeaten at 3-0. The Reign have played just one. They dropped that to the Bullies back on June the 11th. That free throw no good, keeps us 34-32. Seattle with the lead, and it stays a pair. So 34-32. Reign will take the inbound. Sharp logo by the Seattle Reign. Love the Space Needle in it. Iconic Seattle. Down the lane and a penetrate and a kick across lane. Nice feed back to where it came. And an easy layup there for Seattle to make it 36-32. That was unselfish basketball. Here's Montoya baseline, and too deep in the paint, shot blocked by Fulp. Reign with a 3-on-2 the other way, hard to the hole, the hammer job, and it's 38-32. And all of a sudden, Seattle has answered big time in this middle part of quarter two after being outscored 7-1 at the outset of this period. And another takeaway, no, but an offensive foul. Thought maybe you could have called a foul to put the Vets at the line. Instead, the ball handler called for a charge. And that halts things and gives the Reign the ball back at 38-32. And we are into a timeout in the second. Reign will inbound on the sideline. Seattle up a half a dozen. They've trailed in this quarter by as many as 9, and they've turned it around quickly, and it's been the three-point shot. Fancy perimeter dribbling here. Vets trying to stay with it. On the dribble drive, shot no good. Rebound underneath, another stoppage. Well, I have noticed in previous games this year, officials tend to let a little bit more go in this league. It tends to be a physical game, and these officials tonight calling this one a little tighter. And maybe that's why we've had all the stoppages. 39-32. And since that 9-point lead for the Vets, we'll see if this free throw goes here to make it 40. Yep. Seattle is on a 21-4 run. And the ball, outlet tipped, otherwise that'd have been a sure easy two. Quickly the Vets the other way with a three ball that does not fall underneath James Jr. Stick back, no, right at the rim, but tipped up. Montoya is probably getting credit for that. He's got 11, and it's 40-34. So a tremendous mid-second quarter for Seattle. This three-point shot right here has been the shot that's gotten them back in this thing. And underneath with a putback, 42-34. An 8-point lead, Seattle in front. Better than midway through stanza 2. That was a risky pass. Tipton comes back to the Vets. Top of the arc 3, no good. A rebound in the paint, swatted to the sideline, still alive, and saved in by Seattle. They'll come down and dunk 2 more home. 44-34, and Seattle has their largest lead of the game. It is 10. And man, have they changed a 9-point deficit into a 10-point lead awfully quickly. 44-34 and another second quarter timeout. Vets off the inbound, back to the point. Stutter step, dribble, penetration out to Montoya for 3. Nope. Offensive rebound by the Vets, though. Trying to get back in this thing, down 10. Pass to Montoya, broken apart, and the Rain end up with it. Lob it out on the perimeter to Fulp. They'll get it up floor to the half court. Stop and go by Fulp through traffic. Knocked down a Vet, no whistle. And the Vets end up with the basketball. And they'll end up with 2 points thanks to Montoya. He's putting together a pretty important first half for the Pacific Northwest. 13 of their 31 have come from Montoya, Malik Montoya. Seattle looking for contact. Yep, we're going to call that 2. So 44-36. And more free throws for the Rain here at the left end of the floor. And miss keeps it an 8-point game. Kwame Bates has scored just 4. Lonnie Pearson put a triple-double on the board. That second one no good, but a fresh clock and an offensive rebound turnaround jumper goes to make it 46-36. And how about Seattle here, as Parker Lopez has his pocket picked in Seattle with numbers, show and go, and no good on the shot, but drawing a foul and more free throws coming, as they did have numbers but unable to get the floor spaced well. They do get to the free throw line. Well, the fouls have come fast and furious in this one. We're talking about Lonnie Pearson, a triple-double in the win against the Bellevue Strategy. Just 5 days ago, he went for 12 points, 13 rebounds, and 11 assists in the 109-100 win for the Vets. Couple at the line here. First one good. 47 now for Seattle. And they have been good at the line tonight. They dump in 2 more. The Vets trying to figure out what the heck happened after they had a 9-point early second quarter lead. And off the ball, we've got some problems. That'll result in a Bates free throw. Coming up on half here from Kent, Washington. That last free throw went underneath. Another whistle. Boy, we've combined for 85 points at this juncture in this contest. We may have had more whistles than that in this game. Kwame Bates. Makes it a 10-point differential. His third made free throw, and now he's made 4. It makes the margin 9. So we'll see if The Vets can't get on a bit of a run here at the end of the period. Carve this 9-point deficit down a little more user-friendly. Fumbled catch on the sideline at a turnover as Williams couldn't handle it. And it's into the Vet bench, and they'll take possession over. Trailing by 9, late second quarter, coming up on half. Here from just outside the Emerald City. Bates up the wing. Sizing up his defender. Bates crosses over, got past him. Then the help defense was really, really good for Seattle. Montoya with a challenged shot that didn't go. That's the best defensive stand by Seattle tonight right there. The help defense on the block side, down low in the post, was tremendous. And then they even contested the shot after the kick out. That was well done by Seattle. Let's see if they can do offensively here, up by 9. Looking inside. Deflected ball back to the wing. Step back three-pointer. Yes! Seattle connecting from deep in the second quarter, and they've opened up a 51-39 lead. Vets for the answer from 3. It's not there. And Seattle up a dozen in a quarter. They trailed by 9 in, and it has happened quickly. All within the span of about 7 minutes. How about 3 more? How about not on that shot? Lavelle Smith with a miss. And now a give off to the trailer for the Vets. They'll miss that 3. Rebound put back, no. Blocked out of bounds and give it to Seattle. Under a minute and a half remaining. The rain up a does here late second quarter, but a bad turnover there will give the Vets a great hustle by Phillip Davis trying to get back in the play there. But that shot good, makes it a 10-point game at 51-41 as we come up on intermission. Final 60 of the half. Montoya trying to defend down low. Help defense came from James Jr. May have gotten a piece of the shot. Seattle saves it right at the basket. I think it slipped out of the shooter's hand. And down floor with it comes Parker Lopez and the Vets. And he's just hung on to by Lavelle Smith. Yeah, I'm kind of with Montoya. You could maybe make the argument there he wasn't really going for the ball and go with the intentional foul. Instead, they're just going to put James Jr. at the line. I would think at the line, right? Yeah, they'll give him shots for sure. 10-point ball game. Lavelle Smith with a brilliant game against Base Hill. The Base Hill Bullies all in this Northwest Division. The Vets, the defending champs from a season ago. Seattle Reign, one of the newcomers to the PBA this year. James Jr. can't connect, keeps it 10. Now we're thrilled to bring you our part of the action with Triangle Media in 1891 throughout this entire Pro Basketball Association season as we near halftime here in Kent, Washington.
Good to see you, bro.
And 0 of 2 at the line on that trip for James Jr. Can't help out a 10-point differential. And underneath, that shot nicely blocked away and out of bounds. They're going to give it to the Vets. Bates with just 6 tonight. Parker Lopez with the rock. Pocket pass, never got there, but a reach-in foul. One more time in the second quarter will halt play. Lavelle Smith with another foul. This one has not been easy on the eyes tonight. James Jr. right back at the line where he just missed a pair. Well, there have been a lot of opportunities to score points at the free throw line tonight. There's no doubt about that. And James Jr.'s now missed 3 straight. finally ends that drought. Makes it a 9-point margin at 51-42. And a timeout called by Seattle. Long inbound, Rain. Oh, awkward coming down the lane. Montoya got a hand on the shooter. I thought that looked like a foul all the way, but they just called out of bounds. It was tough for Lavelle Smith. I was kind of with him. I thought he got hung on to. Here's a jumper over Edwards. No conversion there. Vets down floor in traffic. Sloppy play to the offensive half court. Seattle ends up with a loose basketball. And that flip shot up through traffic will go to make it 53-42 as we near halftime. And the lead is double digits for Seattle when they trailed in this quarter 28-19. Final 5 seconds. 11 the difference, and Seattle is going to take that lead to the locker room.
When I came home from prison in 2001, I had a tough time finding a job. Have you ever been convicted of a felony? When you get to that part of the application, your heart starts beating fast, your hands become sweaty. It doesn't matter your education or work experience. That's gonna be the determining factor.
What up, man? What up with you? What's up with you? Nothing, man. How you get it, man? Regular military, got no size.
I would fill out an application and they tell me that they're not hiring, but they got now hiring signs on the window.
Did that make you go back to doing some of the things that you were doing before?
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's kind of like they forced you to.
Set up. Right?
It's like set up. It's systematically set up for you to have to go back. I was 3 years old when the U.S. Marshals came, beat down the door, and got my dad. Maybe like 5 the second time. I just kept asking my mom, like, yo, where's my dad? Where's he at? He would tell my grandmother, I'm not trying to do that no more. I'm trying to get my life right.
What up, boy? What's up with you, boy? Good to see you. Good to see you, man.
Being a barber changed my dad. Being able to have a community that he can turn to when he needed something, that helped him a lot.
That was a hard moment for me last week.
All those ups and downs that you've been through, to look at you now, I'm so proud of you. I'm happy to call you my dad, man.
What you just said right there is what it was all about. Everything that I've done was for that. Now I can retire. So I can retire now. Old man still got it.
Ooh, now that look good, man.
Start of the third from Kent, Washington. Flip ends of the floor, and now Seattle will see what they can do on the right end of the hardwood. Fulp, 3-ball, and they just keep pouring them in from perimeter. 56-42, Damian Fulp connects. He's out of Kodiak, Alaska. He played at the University of Anchorage, Alaska. And a 14.8 rebound, 3 assist performance for the Reign against the Base Hill Bullies. And it has been tough sledding tonight for Kwame Bates. He can't convert there either, but may have been fouled. And Damian Fulp has been a pretty good ball handler tonight. He's hit a couple of shots when asked to. He hasn't forced many things. I like that part of the game as well. He's number 6 there in that gray shirt walking across the paint for the Seattle Reign. We'll have Bates at the line. He's collected 4 of his 6 points from the stripe.
15, white 15.
Thank you.
That one makes it 56-43. Early in the third from Kent Commons. 1 of 2, but an offensive rebound. 53-42 makes it, after the 3 points on the trip, 56-45 when it's all said and done. And Bates gets 3 on the possession. Seattle now facing a little backcourt pressure. Although that didn't seem to fluster, but now as they say that, they do turn it over coming down floor. Bates in the paint, the kick out, right side 3. It's a big one for the Vets, didn't go. Offensive rebound loose, James Jr. has it, and they continue the possession in the corner. They're down 11, we're in the third. James Jr. tries to back down his man, just go right through him, big fella. No good with a miss. Rebound down to Seattle, and they'll slow it down to the backcourt. The Seattle Reign looking for their first win this year in just their second game of the season, losing to the Base Hill Bullies earlier. On the foul line jumper, no good. Rebound underneath. Contact not called, or was it? I believe it may have been. And free throws coming up for the Reign. The parade to the free throw line continues in this one. Seattle can't add on to an 11-point advantage. We're in the third. Vets led 21-18 at the end of the quarter, but trailed by 11 at the half, 53-42. We're now in the third. That lead grows to 57-45. And after some early misfirings on offense, it was the three-point shot that knocked the cover off the rims for Seattle, and really since then scoring has not been an issue. We talked about the fact that early first quarter we were 14-all. I remember making that comment. Here's a couple of turnovers, and the Vets try to take advantage with a swooping layup. That's good, 57-47. Since that 14-all juncture late first quarter, when I said this is a little more of a low-scoring game than we're sort of used to here in this PBA season. Nice pass from Fulp, but a better block by Edwards. Loose basketball, Fulp takes it, he'll challenge inside. Nifty left-hand flip didn't go, and Montoya sort of had the rebound, then sort of flips it down floor, and it ends up with a turnover by the Vets. The Reign, thanks to the three-point barrage, sit here up by 10 in the third. And they were on pace for over the century mark with 53 at the break. Well, they've put 35 on the board in the second quarter, and the three-point shot was a huge reason why. Here's Fulp into the corner on the pass. A little right-hand flip, no good, and another whistle. Man, the number of fouls called in this game has been off the charts. Lavelle Smith at the line.
My bad, I forgot.
And he'll add one. 58-47. And now 59. Pacific Northwest having to dig themselves out of a 12-point hole here. Around the back, little pass by Parker Lopez. Never got to its intended target, but broken up and sent out of bounds. And the possession will stay with the Vets. They are the defending Northwest Divisional champs from last season and have started this season well. Montoya pressured across the lane, and with the body, they're going to call that foul. Malik Montoya, 6'2", out of Federal Way, Washington. Costandena Jr. back in. Montoya knew that one was off, went in and got his own missed shot. Rebound was blocked. And so Seattle ends up with the basketball down floor on the offensive end. And that one knocked to the end line and out of bounds. We'll keep it right here with the Reign. So 59-48. Third quarter. Greg Allen bringing you the coverage tonight from Kent, Washington. Triangle Media in 1891. Partnering with the Pro Basketball Association this year. I'm thrilled to be part of it. Free throw for Lavelle Smith. Breaks the 60-point plateau, and really since the Seattle Reign have gained command of this game in that second quarter, this lead that they still enjoy has hovered right around 12. A couple times the Vets have got it to single digits. That three-pointer, no good. Montoya rebounds, bodies all over the place behind the play. Montoya going to take it all the way to the hole and lay it in. And that cuts it to 10 at 60-50. Quickly the other way with the baseline jumper, no good. Kershawn Cole inside, trying to force it up once, no, twice, blocked to the baseline and out of bounds. It'll stay with the Reign. But still that double-digit lead here. And Seattle has seemed very comfortable. That shot at the side of the window and out of bounds. Things stop with right around 6 1/4 minutes to go in this third. A 10's a pretty nice cushion to play with. Three-point shot, too flat. Seattle will bring it down. Nice crossover in on James Jr. and the flip shot did everything but go down. Costandena rather. Tried to save it but couldn't. Seattle will continue possession. 60-50 in the third. Costandena Jr. defending on ball here. That hoisted three, no good. Montoya rebounds, and he'll take it quickly into the forecourt for three of his own that doesn't go. Empty at both ends, and underneath we've got problems. A parade of fouls. Who knew we were in for that tonight? Damian Fulp back in for the Reign. Two more meetings between these two down the stretch of the season. Second to last day of this month, and then middle of next month on August 14th. So a number of meetings as Montoya inside can't convert. Seattle Reign and Pacific Northwest Vets will be quite familiar with each other once this season wraps up. Vets here down 10. James Jr. through traffic, no. And shockingly on that exchange, no whistle. A Reign looking for two more. That should be a whistle, and it will be. That was a clean, albeit hard foul. And free throws coming up as we near the midway point of quarter three rather. Seattle at the line for a couple off the miss. My first look at both these ball clubs this season. Spent most of this year thus far calling games for teams out on the other coast, out east. That free throw no good. Seen the Mississippi Hawks, the Fort Worth Firm, the Mid-Coast Sternmen. They're out of Rockland, Maine. Southwest Florida Blazers. A couple of misses there, but an offensive rebound trying to turn the possession in for three. No good. James Jr. had it, lost it, got it taken away. And another whistle. Looks like a foul possibly on Seattle. In any event, the Vets will get the ball back. So finally nice to come out here on the left coast and see some teams up here in the state of Washington. Hoisting, no good. Parker Lopez with the miss. Rebound Fulp. Flip pass up floor. Trying to get through traffic inside. Up and under move. I'm not sure that hoop's going to count. That whistle seemed to be well before the shot. We are having a hard time in this entire game going more than 3 possessions without a stoppage. Fulp off the inbound. Guarded out there by Ramsey. Nice blow by Edwards, but the chase block. Edwards did a great job to stay in the play even after his man went around him. Kwame Bates sets the high screen. They come near side. This is Ramsey on the shot that doesn't go. Rebound tipped to the wing. Seattle ends up with it. Reign, go Euro step, and a huge collision in the lane. Pretty good defense underneath on that Euro step move. And the ball back to the Vets. Bates trying to penetrate and get to the rim. And a ball out of bounds. It'll stay with the Vets. Inbound, not a very good one, taken away by Seattle, so an empty possession for the Vets. Alley-oop coming, and the throw down at the side of the iron. Edwards cleaned that. Montoya quickly the other way, and they'll score on the layup. Seattle couldn't get back fast enough on defense after that broken exchange, and that makes the margin 8, under 4 minutes to go. Three-point shot, no good off the mark, and all of a sudden the scoring is slowed for both, especially Seattle, who've been stuck on 60 for a while. And they've seen this thing get down to single digits as far as the lead at 60-52.
Hey, if he get to cuss you out, I get to cuss you out. If a player gets to cuss you out, I get to cuss you out.
Get everybody sorted out, and then Montoya will trigger. Now the Vets, if they can close this quarter, they're in a spot here with some momentum. Montoya reverse layup going to add to it and make it all of a sudden a 6-point game. And a foul called on the shot. So 60-56. Check that, 54. 60-54. Montoya will get one at the line. And for as tough sledding offensively as this one has been for the Vets since they grabbed the early second quarter 9-point lead at 28-19, it has been a chore for them to try to shoot the basketball. They haven't been able to convert from three with any kind of regularity. The one saving grace here in this third quarter, their defense has been pretty good, and that has quieted the scoring for the Reign. They've only scored 7 in the quarter, and Montoya makes it 60-55. So it's a two-trip game here in the third. Seattle probing, can't do anything with it, and turn it over when it's all said and done. Ramsey got rid of that one. It's a hot potato situation. Vets end up with it down floor and a basket on a layup good. It's a three-point game at 60-57. Here's Fulp. Inside, that defense called, cleaning the strip. Montoya 2-on-2. Drop-off pass to his teammate right side, coming across the baseline on a pass back to the point. And here's a 4-on-1 jailbreak for the gray shirts. And an easy bucket there for Fulp makes it 62-57. Montoya for three, in and out and back in. And as close as Pacific Northwest has been in a long time. They are within 2. First time within 2 since 34-32. And Bates inside got crashed into and fouled. And Bates at the line.
Just right now with
Rain.
a lot of suspect commentary in this shit.
64-61 after that free throw. We are late third, and there's a much-needed three-point shot. That was the forte for the Seattle Reign in the second quarter. Edwards found a loose basketball that he couldn't put home. Another offensive putback try. That one does go, and it's 67-63 rather, margin 4. So approaching the final 2 minutes here of the third. Seattle just launching threes. That one hit the guide wire atop the basket off the miss. And so the Vets, Brian Martin, hails from near my hometown in Cleveland, Ohio. He checks in for the first time, 6'2" product.
Out of bounds.
Under 2 minutes, and a step-up three makes it a 1-point game, 67-66. Seattle's 12-point lead has evaporated down to the slimmest of margins. Rain inside, hit that one to make it now 69-66. And a great third quarter by the Vets. See if they can close it strong through traffic inside. That shot just wiped away. Fulp on a lob pass down floor. And that basket good, 71-66. Two inside coming here. Hang, hit him and fouled for Montoya. Makes it a 3-point game, late third. Trying to take it back to 2 here as we near quarter's end. 71-68. Montoya will get 1. And good. 2-point game. Final 90 ticks of the third quarter. Fulp to the head of the circle. And we'll check our score. It's 72-68, make it a 4-point game. That shot no good. Fulp with an offensive rebound. Final minute stands a 3. Fulp in on Montoya, pulls it back out. Around the back dribble, great spin through Edwards, flip it up right-handed. The shot was awkward, wanted a foul, didn't get it. The play continues into a three for the Reign, no good. Rebound by the Vets, and a half-court lob pass down floor, back out to Montoya. He'll go inside, flip it across to Brian Martin. He'll give it off to Ramsey, who will hoist one, no good. Rebound to the right sideline, and the Vets end up with it. Ramsey on the doorstep, erased and crunched. Doesn't look like we'll give shots here, so an inbound for Pacific Northwest with Montoya. Just left alone from perimeter, and they'll nail the three to make it a 1-point game, 72-71. The close of the third coming. Fulp up floor, NBA shot clock to go here in this one, and he'll drop a triple. Spreads it back out to a 4-point margin, 75-71 at a takeaway now. Seattle, lob pass inside. And they missed the dunk. Fulp underneath. He'll convert. 76-71. And a throwdown effort at the other end by Edwards. And that will be the third.
Italian Twine offer detail and luxury with styles for both men and women.
I love them. Clean, go good with suits, like you say. Two young brothers, HBCU grads.
It's called Italian Twine. It's just a black-owned watch company, and I'd like to support all black everything.
Also, shout out to Italian Twine for this amazing watch.
This is the one my wife got me. Love this watch, one of my favorite pieces. I always been in a watch, always been collecting watches, man, and I really like this.
The Virginia-based company, founded in 2014, has been featured in Men's Health, The Rob Report, Black Enterprise, Huffington Post, New York Magazine, Cosmopolitan, and more.
The actual band is interchangeable. This is a fire brand, dope watch, man.
What happens when everything we know about something changes?
I tell people all the time, this is the best American story you never heard.
We're out hitting the pavement, talking to restaurants, talking to bars.
I don't think of myself as a whiskey salesperson. I want you to know his name.
Drink by drink, we're bringing this story to light.
When we have to step back through the pages of history.
It's so much more than whiskey. It's so much more than a brand. It's a movement.
When we have to make amends and pay respect.
We're honoring the greatest whiskey maker the world never knew, and it's beautiful.
And give credit where credit is due.
Uncle Nearest is the godfather of Tennessee whiskey, and the world needs to know it.
What happens? We do it. Uncle Nearest, it's more than whiskey.
Vets with the opening possession of quarter four, trailing by 4, 76-72. They want three right there with the opening shot. They get it. It's a 1-point game at 76-75. That backcourt token light backcourt pressure now drops off to the timeline. Fulp in on Montoya. Got the ball knocked off his own foot. Good, nice job to keep control of it. Pocket pass underneath, not a very good one. It ended up around the feet of its intended target, trying to find Phillip Davis. And it got kicked out of bounds in a fortunate exchange there for Seattle to maintain possession. Just underway in the fourth from Kent, Washington at the Kent Commons tonight. Greg Allen bringing you the coverage. Triangle Media in 1891 of this Pro Basketball Association. Top of the arc three doesn't go. Offensive rebound. Well, they had an offensive rebound, but may have pushed off to get it, and that's the call. And so the Vets into the half-court offense with a high screen from James Jr. Down the lane, running left-hander. Flip that home, and all of a sudden, through all the middle quarters misery for the Pacific Northwest Vets, they lead by 1. 77-76, start of the fourth. Trying to stay undefeated here and go to 4-0. The basketball back underneath. That's Martin with the reverse layup. That's good. And it's 79-76. And a good start to the fourth quarter. Good close to the third by the Vets. Seattle out of control. We got a block or a charge here on this exchange. It looks like we're going to go block and free throws for the Reign. No, it's a charge. It's an offensive foul. And the basketball goes back to Pacific Northwest. We've played just over a minute of the fourth. PNW off the inbound. Winding our way to finality in this Northwest Divisional matchup. Down the lane. Hey, more free throws. Body's still down after that exchange. And we'll finally get that sorted out and get free throws here. Trying to add on to a 3-point lead here for the Vets. One of two to go 80-76. And here's that full court defense again that a couple of times has given some problems to the Seattle Reign. Fulp fumbled it near the center circle, but able to regain control in the possession. Continues for Seattle. High screen down the lane. Montoya defending. Nice possession for Seattle. And it's 80-78. We may, by the time this is all said and done, through all the broken play and difficulty to navigate to get there, have a decent finish in store. 3-point shot out of the corner, a little ill-advised. Didn't go, wasn't close. Rebound Seattle, they're down by 2. We play early fourth. Kick out, right side. This is for 3 in the lead. Doesn't go. Seattle soaring in for the rebound. Put back to tie it. Didn't fall. And it ends up in the hands of the Vets. They'll run down floor. And there was a travel right up the catch. Well called by the official. I thought I saw that too. And Seattle will get the ball back.
Come on, Kwame. Show me something.
80-78 here in the fourth. Damian Fulp. There's that high screen and rub. Fulp outside the circle. Now they probe inside. Seattle rebound putback. Fulp should have finished that. Didn't. Loose basketball. It continues for the Reign. They go with a zip pass underneath that's not able to be handled. And then throwing the ball out of bounds. The Vets trying to call timeout on the catch in the air. I don't know if they're going to win that discussion or not. It looks like the Seattle Reign will get possession. We've played just over 2.5 here in the fourth. In a game that has been stop and go all night, continues to be that here in this final stanza. Fulp with a great screen up top. Went to the sideline with a pass. Forced 3-ball, no good. Rebound Vets. Parker Lopez back out for Bates for 3. Kwame Bates. We came in talking about him. He hasn't really been a guy that's been a major factor tonight, but that 3-point shot puts his club up 5. Parker Lopez trying to defend deep in the post. They get the ball down the heart of the lane, and a layup eventually going to go to make it 83-80. We are still early in the fourth. for Seattle, they've done a really good job on some of these screens, but then the shots they end up with are not very high percentage and they're forced. Bates all of a sudden feeling it, trying to become a factor. 86-80, he goes back-to-back from distance, and he extends the Vets' lead to 6. Fulp wants them all back. Didn't get any of them. Offensive rebound not controlled. Vets end up with it as we cross the 4-minute mark gone by fourth quarter. Parker Lopez feeling the pressure, and the Vet bench wants the N1 continuation. We'll see if they get it or not. It was a good drive. Use your body as a defender, and Parker Lopez going to the line. And the basket is good. Travis Parker Lopez out of Lakewood, Washington, had 13 in the second matchup against Base Hill. That was a game the Vets won 124-96. They beat them the first time out, 114-97. And the free throw keeps it 88-80. Rebound, Vets end up with it. Hard of the hole, no good. And more free throws coming up. More aggressive here in this fourth quarter. And playing with just a little bit more poise, Pacific Northwest. (88-80). James Jr. at the line for 2. Well, the key of this game thus far has been the close of the third. The Vets were in trouble. They were in a spot down 12 in the third and ended the quarter down 4. And since then, they've only given up 4 points here in this entire fourth quarter. And they've scored right now 17. It stays there, 89-80 off the miss. Rebound, Rain. We're going to have to settle things down offensively. Not so far on this trip. They get the ball to the rim, doesn't go. Loose basketball, Seattle ends up with it in the paint. Again, that's just not a high percentage shot, that little up and under move, and they end up not converting. The other way, Bates through traffic. He'll flip it up reverse style and score. 91-80. Seattle kind of running themselves out of the game here. Down 11 as we near the midway point of quarter 4. Stop and go move from the elbow. What kind of shot do you get on this exchange? That is an in-rhythm 3 and it goes. That was a much better possession. 91-83. It wasn't some forced, contested, creative, high degree of difficulty shot on the inside. They've gotten inside, but the shots just haven't been good. And there's an offensive foul by the Vets. Seattle will get the ball back at 91-83 here in the fourth. I mean, come down, get a good look, and take a high percentage shot. Coming up on 5 minutes to go in the fourth. There's a drop-off pass. You get the ball underneath. You lose it on the end line, and it's out of bounds and a turnover. And just too many empty possessions here in this fourth quarter for Seattle. A quarter that has provided them just 7 points. They led 76-72 going to the fourth. Here's Parker Lopez to the basket. That was a wild shot, no good. Seattle ends up with it. And Montoya back defensively with a teammate and challenging there, looking for the foul. They get it to go to the line. I just think shot selection for the Reign. They've forced a lot of shots. And again, good job to get sometimes near the cup, but they're flipping stuff up over their head, and it's just not high percentage shots in basketball.
Steady.
And that's kind of why I made the comment a couple of minutes ago about running themselves out of the game. They've taken way too many of those style shots. Don't hit any free throws on that trip, but do get an offensive rebound. There's a good look at a three. That doesn't go. A three-point shot saved their bacon in the second quarter, got them back in the ball game. And here come the Vets up floor. Parker Lopez pounds the rock off the hardwood. Now, guarded and unloads from three. Missing. Reign trailed by 8. High pass underneath. Fulp, great pump fake to get his defender out of the way and score, 91-85. And points at the rim as we roll up on 4 1/4 minutes to go here in the fourth. We're in Kent, Washington, just south of Seattle, here in the Evergreen State tonight. As we work our way through the mid-July portion of this PBA season. 6-point game. And the Reign will have possession. Again, those two other meetings still yet to go between these two, July 30th and August 14th. We're still early in this Northwest Division portion of the schedule. Seattle going to turn it over, lose the ball off their own foot, kick it out of bounds.
Boy, you better pull that mid-range.
Vets with a risky inbound that almost got taken away. PNW down floor, Bates from three, in and out, no good. At the back of the iron, it came out. Fulp with the rebound. He'll dump a pass up floor. Challenging inside, getting in the lane. Dumping it down to a teammate who wasn't quite ready for it. May have been a little behind him, and another turnover as we go under 4 minutes here in a fourth. The Vets facing a little token backcourt pressure now. Trying to nurse a 6-point lead all the way to the finish line and stay unbeaten and go to 4-0. They'd pick up their third win in a 5-day stretch. They turn that one over, Reign back with it, up floor, pump fake on a three. Now they'll take one and connect. Well, that's massive. It's 91-88 here. Seattle only down a triple. They've hit some threes at some very opportune times tonight. Underneath with a good shot for the Vets. The follow's good off the initial miss. James Jr. with the basket. It's 93-88, 5-point game. On a handoff, top of the circle. Nice spin, but couldn't do much with it. Seattle skipping across the top for an open three ball. That was a big one, didn't fall. Rebound and a lot of hand fighting on that rebound. Where do we go with the held ball? Foul, what do we got? I believe it's going to be a jump ball. Ramsey will jump it up for the Vets and lose the jump. So Seattle with a bonus possession here late in the fourth. That shot good from three, brings them to within 2. 93-91. Seattle stabilizing when it matters most. They're down a pair in this fourth quarter. Vets inside to the rim. Yes, boy, tough take to the cylinder to put them up by 4, 95-91. Fulp almost turned it over in the backcourt. Comes up floor on Bates. And now a give up down for the Reign. Under 2 to go. That shot glass and good. And a foul. 95-93. Did we go no basket? We went offensive foul. Wave it off. It's 95-91, no hoop. Wow. Boy, that was a tough one to swallow for the Seattle Reign. Instead, it stays a 4-point game. Vets with the lead in the ball. Kick right side. Nice job, Montoya, to pull that back out and not take that three. You don't need a 3-point shot right there. Work a little bit of clock. You've got a 4-point lead. It's not a huge lead. Top of the arc three. Oh, dagger shot. 98-91. And now Seattle's in trouble, down 7. Coming hard to the basket through the lane and pinballed around down the paint. Clock stops at $1:24 to go in the fourth. Seattle with a sideline inbound coming up. They're down 7. And the inbound nearly stolen. We got a mad scramble right near the center line, and it's out of bounds. They'll give it to Seattle.
What number?
98-91 in the fourth.
25 has 5.
Reign with a big possession. Come inside. Little up and under shot. Good. 98-93. Back to a 5-point game. Coming up on the final minute of play. Last 70 seconds here. Montoya crosses the stripe. Feels pressure. Pass picked off, but a foul came first. That was a tough one. That could have been a breakaway, easy 2. Instead, the Vets back with the basketball. Montoya's headed to the line, perhaps.
It's 1-1 right now, I think. No.
They're trying to decide if we're getting shots or not. I think we are. 2 coming up for Montoya.
It was 3-3.
This can balloon the lead to 7. 98-93 presently. And after all of that discussion, I think we're going to take Montoya off the line and say it's an inbound for the Pacific Northwest. So no shots here, but back to work. Lead stays 5. Vets to the basket, kick out, right side 3, big one, 101-93, and now the margin is 8. And in the final 60 of this one, Seattle for 3 at the other end, no good. Rebound, Vets. Long outlet lob pass caught. Here comes Kwame Bates. And a turnover gives the Reign the ball back. Seattle 103, or 101-93 rather. Final half minute. Ball volleyed off the window. Seattle ends up with it. Montoya probing, trying to get it back. Fulp misses from 3. It's into the corner and out of bounds. And the Vets should be home free in this one at an 8-point differential, although the inbound is stolen. That was a terrible inbound. Right at the rim. Lots of contact, nothing called, but on the second exchange we do get a foul called as we go under 20 seconds remaining, under 15 now at 101-93. It'll be Damian Fulp at the line. Seattle looking to go 1-1 here, but boy, an 8-point comeback in the final 15 is asking a lot. These two would help. Made the first.
At that point,
Vets trying to get to 4-0. These two meet again in 16 days. Misses the second. Rebound, Brian Martin. Pressured in the backcourt off the rebound. The clock never moved from 15. It wouldn't have moved much, but it didn't move at all. And it'll be Martin, the Cleveland, Ohio product at the line.
Okay, watch out. Thank you.
And now the best he can do is 102.
Someone needs to be down there.
Martin for the second. Got it. So 102.94. Seattle, one of their last threes of the night, no good. Rebound Vets, and that should just about wrap this thing up, but not before one more foul, just for good measure, because we haven't had enough tonight. And one more trip to the free throw line before Pacific Northwest gets out of here. This thing was back and forth. They had a 9-point lead in the second, completely erased. They trailed by 12 in that quarter. Seattle led by 11 at the half. And then came the late third quarter answer by the Vets to cut a double-digit deficit down to 4. And then the blistering start to the fourth to grab the lead, and they're going to run this thing all the way to a win tonight. 103.94. Second one no good, off the mark. And Pacific Northwest, after a turnover, going to run this one out and win it tonight to go to 4-0. Seattle falls to 0-2. Your final tonight, 103-94.
Welcome to tonight's presentation of the Pro Basketball Association. If you want pro, you want the PBA.